Good morning. This is Donnie with Standing Goats Rescue. I'm out in the area where I do a lot of my filming, but I'm at the far end of it where the campsites are. Never done no filming at this end. I usually avoid it because there are usually people out here. And the creek is back over here. But I got an encounter. I've been waiting on it for a while. There's a lady that she recognized my truck when I was at one of the local Walmarts, and she approached me about her son's encounter. And I finally received. She had wrote down the encounter, what her son went through, and I finally got it from her. And she doesn't live that far from us. And I will include the name of the area she lives because it is pretty large. It's spread out. But I'll leave out. I'm going to change the name. She does not want her son to have his name on here, and it's his encounter. And so it starts with her young son telling what happened to him, and she had to intervene and word the story because of the way that the way that he writes. But anyhow, it's a fascinating story. Nothing bad happened to him, thank God. But they've got the creatures all over their property, and all the years that she's been living there with her husband, she's never known that. There's the water back through there. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm having to do split screen so that I can have my other screen up. I got Kim with me. That's the other footsteps you're hearing. And then you notice that little, somebody folded it over. Oh, the mosquitoes are bad. We're not dressed for this. We're in shorts. I'm gonna make my way over here by the water where you guys can see how pretty it is. Once I get over here where I can stop, then I'm gonna read this encounter to you. I don't want to step on a snake. I'm in shorts in my everyday ankle boots or hiking boots. There we go. There's the creek. That's the water supply for this area. And it is spring fed. It's beautiful. And I'm going to carry on with the story. I'm going to have to keep moving. These mosquitoes are horrible. Let me find my way back up here. There's something over there. Did you hear it?
What?
Something moves back over there. I don't think there's any pigs at this end.
There you are.
I don't know. Never hunted down here. There's some disturbances there in the leaves. Something went through there. Deer, I believe. Yeah, this is a trail. Another game trail going to the water. There's a lot of game in here. I'm gonna get back up here. Those mosquitoes are way too bad down by that creek. This is a beautiful area. did not bring my phone mount and my stick. I'm trying to avoid putting my fingers in front of the camera. Alright, well, I'm going to get on with the encounter. I think I'm safe from snake bite here. I'm just going to move. Let me go back down this direction. These mosquitoes are horrible. They're doing flybys. Let's see, walk over here where you guys can see what the planted pines look like. If y'all have listened to the encounters that I've told of what I've experienced, and I talk about the planted pines, it's not just pine trees. It's like this. It's not really thick, but if there were to be something 50 yards out there, you wouldn't see it until it started moving. And I did one of the encounters that I shared with Carrie Arnold on Bigfoot Odyssey. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was with him. I was speaking about the thing that I saw that was clear, that was see-through like water. This was the tall weeds. These things get about 8 foot high. But as it moved, it would grab the weed and lay it over like that. And then it'd let go of it. And I watched it as it passed me. But anyhow, let's get on with this encounter. It says, "Hey, Mr. Miller, my mom says she met you yesterday and told you about my four-wheeler riding time with my friend Tombo." These are not the kids' real names. This boy Tombo, that is what he goes by, but we don't have permission to use his real name, and he is a very young boy, so I'm not going to anyway. With permission, I'm not putting him on the tube. So we'll just use Tombo, and I will substitute a name for the young man that's telling this story. All right, this is my mom says she met you yesterday and told you about my four-wheeler riding time with my friend Tombo. And a Bigfoot saw us and yelled and threw something at us and almost hit us. That's all one sentence. We always watch your goats and Bigfoot videos on YouTube and like to watch them. I will be happy if you can let me tell you my scary Bigfoot story and I can hear it on your YouTube. My mom said that my name can't be on your YouTube, but I am almost 13 years old and it is okay for my name to be on your YouTube, okay? My name is Bobby, but it's okay to call me Bobby. My mom won't be mad at you because she likes you and my dad likes you and we like to watch you on YouTube. Okay, here is my story about Bigfoot and my four-wheeler and my friend. Now there's a narration here. And it says, Mom wrote this section for obvious reason. His mom, she rewrote it. I guess so we could understand it a little better. Just for the grammar. He says, I was riding my four-wheeler on the trails behind our farm in Westville, Florida. My friend was riding his dad's golf cart with me, so I had to keep slowing down so he could keep up. We came around Fox Den Curve, and had to stop because we thought a large wild hog was in the trail just ahead of us. It stood up on 2 feet and spun around to face us. There, 50 foot in front of us was Bigfoot. Solid black and over 6 feet tall. It scared us. It stared at us motionless, and we stared back too afraid to do anything. Tombo started yelling at me, "Go, go, go." And that's when the Bigfoot opened his mouth, screaming like an amplified hawk squelch. Then it swung its arm toward us underhanded, throwing a handful of guts. Then it took one large step into the kudzu on the side of the trail and started an all-out sprint, gone, out of sight within seconds. We turned around and drove as fast as we could all the way to my house. I told my mom that we saw Bigfoot, and it threw guts at us and ran off. Mom didn't believe us and made us wait until Dad got home from work. And this is where Mom says, and here's my part of the story. My husband pulled into the drive, and the boys were already at his truck, frantically explaining their story before he even put it in park. I was watching from the front porch with a smile on my face, knowing how a young boy's mind operates, waiting for hubby to give me the look. To my surprise, he looked at me and said, "Grab my Rossi and come on." And I knew this was serious now. He has a huge .44 pistol that he calls Rossi, and he doesn't play games with any of his guns. I grabbed his Rossi and loaded up in the Grizzly UTV, and he floored it towards Fox Den Curve. We found a dead raccoon, a big one, laying in the trail with its insides missing, and there by the tire tracks of the four-wheeler were the guts spread across the ground. There were footprints all around the raccoon, and then they headed into the kudzu and down towards the creek. My husband scooped up the raccoon, and we drove to the creek where he tossed it into the water. After getting back home, hubby explained to us that they have always been on the land. Now, we live on 91 acres. It's part of a 400-acre parcel that is divided between hubby and his siblings, inherited land that came from their grandparents. Their family had lived alongside these things since Granddad first purchased this land from HUD Oil many decades ago. I moved in with my husband when we got married back in 1991, and I've never seen anything remotely close to Bigfoot. We've always heard knocking and howling, which hubby explained as beavers slapping their tails, and coyotes. The night following my son's encounter, my husband told us everything. My feelings were hurt for several days until my sister-in-law explained that he was only trying to protect me. He didn't want me to be another PTSD case due to knowing about these things and worrying every time I heard it, to the point that fear would overcome me emotionally. I'm glad he never told me the truth now, because it would have panned out exactly as he thought. I don't worry at all about them. They stay away from our home and our livestock, and I haven't seen a single piece of anything that proves they're nearby in these 29 years. If one were to come close to our home, I'm quite sure hubby will remove one of his prized deer head mounts to make room for a Bigfoot mount. Bigfoot may be one tough being, but he's never angered anything that would disassemble him faster than my hubby. Now that I look back at my husband's fascination for anything Bigfoot, I understand why he loves your channel so much. I can't say anything about it now, because I'm probably your #1 fan. That's nice. It was really nice to have had the opportunity to meet you in person. And I told my husband about us crossing paths, and he really wants to meet you too. I've already sent our address and phone numbers. If you misplace it and need me to send it again, let me know. If you have the opportunity to post my son's encounter, please let me know as soon as possible. There's a young boy over here in Westville that's going to go completely berserk when he sees his story on YouTube. I had to do a little editing on my son's letter that turned into completely rewriting it. Yeah, I understand that one. This is what has taken so long to get it to you. Make whatever changes you need. I'm not a good writer, and I'm well aware of it. So there will be no offense taken at all. Keep creating these fun and fascinating videos. We will always be with you. P.S. We recently got my mother and father hooked on your channel. The way my father reacts when you're getting activity is priceless. He moves and jumps more in his lazy boy than you do while you're in the presence of the Bigfoot. My 90-year-old dad has got some moves. Thank you for your time. We're watching and waiting. Signed, Us. Guys, I'm sorry about the movement. These mosquitoes are toting me off, and I'm in shorts. The bug spray's way back at the car, which is way down there. And I wanted to get this to you. I got it yesterday. I received it yesterday. My grammar ain't so good either. And I wanted to get it out to you as quick as I could. I hate it that I mess up a lot whenever I'm reading these encounters off. And I do proofread them several times before I actually do the recording. And it doesn't seem to help any. I still mess up. But it's all good. I wanted to get it out. There's a fascinating story. And I'm glad this young man sent it to me. And I am going to reach out to these people. And if they'll allow me to go up there and maybe they can show me around their trails around the property. See if we could find a little bit of evidence of where they've been. And if I get the opportunity to do it, I won't be going alone. And whatever I do get a capture on video, it'll be posted on YouTube, so you guys will be the second people to see whatever footage I get. And maybe I'll be able to live stream at that point, and y'all will be seeing it just as soon as I do. Well, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. We're already in the upper 80s here. And it's 8:30 in the morning. And so I'm going to go back to the car, get out of these bugs. And we got some fence repairs to do today. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of the family. We love and honor all of you guys. And if any of y'all do watch Carrie Arnold with Bigfoot Odyssey, I'm supposed to join him tonight at 9:30 for a live show, and I'd love to have you guys there. Thank you for your support. Until next time, be safe.